You guys, oh my God. It has been an entire year since I got these dreads put in, so I figured in honor of that, I'm gonna do a Dreadfull Hippie review so you actually know not just dreads, but Dreadfull Hippie, this brand, what I think after a year. These dreads are from Dreadfull Hippie. I bought them a year ago, and now having had some time with them, I wanted to give a genuine, accurate review based on my personal experience and my opinions. So take this video with a grain of salt. This is from my perspective. I'm gonna talk about the price, the quality of the dreads, the customer service that I received, the presentation and shipment, and then also like my thoughts for after a year. Those are the 5 categories that I'm going to talk about, and I'll put the timestamps down below in the description, so if you want to jump to specific points, you can easily do that. Also, I'm not trying to hide anything, just to put this out there. I love these dreads so much that I fought and fought to become an ambassador for Dreadfull Hippie. So I do have a link for you if at any point in the video you want to grab your own or just check them out, see the colors, see the options, all that stuff. Check out my link in the description box below. That takes you over to their website, and it just kind of helps me out a little bit. I'm going to start with price. Price is the biggest part that a lot of people have questions about when it comes to Dreadfull Hippie. It's definitely a high-end brand, but with the price, I definitely think that it's worth it. I spent $750 on my entire set a year ago, and so if you were to break that up over the year, if you were to just look at 1 year, that's $2 per day. So I spent $2 per day to have my dreads, and I can't say it enough. That was so worth it to me. For those of you who don't really know why I got the dreads, my natural hair is so thin and fine and damaged that I couldn't actually grow it anything past my shoulders. So with the dreads, my goal was to like have long and beautiful hair while still promoting the natural hair growth and like getting my hair to be super healthy. So before the dreads, just a little side anecdote. Before the dreads, I got real extensions, like the fancy girl extensions for my wedding. These were $500. If I were to have worn them every day, they would last 6 months to a year at the most. I only had them in for about 4 months because the maintenance was so expensive. You have to go in every 6 weeks, at least every 6 weeks, and have them moved up professionally because they're like sewn in. These, I save money by being able to install them myself. The initial investment of the $750 was all that I've put into the dreads. The maintenance for these is free. So compared to like other options, like obviously it's gonna be cheaper if you don't buy anything for your hair. That's the cheapest option. But if you're going for extensions or something else to enhance your hair, like you definitely have options. But if you're going to spend money on your hair, I just think that dreads are the way to do it. It's actually like way cheaper compared to these, because if you think about it, this was $500 plus about $200 every single time I have to go and have them moved up. It's like $2,000 a year to have real extensions versus the one-time cost of the dreads. So yes, these dreads are expensive. Dreadfull Hippie is definitely a high-end dread business, but you also don't have some of the problems that come with the cheaper sets. Let's talk about quality now for a second. These dreads highly, highly exceeded my expectations. If you saw my unboxing video, you'll see my natural reaction to unboxing these. I'll link that above in the cards. But literally, these dreads were so soft and flexible. Like, I thought that all sets of dreads that I get would kind of be like really stiff and just like, you know what I mean? Like, really stiff, really scratchy and itchy. These were nothing like that whatsoever. These were so soft and flexible. It's like very much like natural hair, like the way that it flows. It's just like, It's super, super flexible, you guys. Now, a year later, they definitely, like, going through their maturing phase, they didn't stiffen up necessarily, but they're not as, like, silky soft because now the dreads have, like, more dreaded hair. I don't know how to explain it. Another thing I want to mention when it comes to the quality is the weight. These are very, very lightweight compared to a lot of other people that I have heard from and talked to about their dreads. These ones are super, super lightweight. At this point, I don't even notice them anymore. They were an adjustment when I first put them in, but really it only took a couple days and then, you know, it became normal. They're really, really lightweight considering what you're doing to your hair. Like, obviously it's going to be an adjustment phase. It's going to be different than your natural hair. You are adding stuff to your head, but compared to other brands, these ones are definitely, definitely lightweight. The final thing that I want to touch on when it comes to the quality of these dreads is they are not itchy. A lot of people think that I'm lying when I say that, but literally, like, the way that Dreadfull Hippie manufactures their dreads, I'm pretty sure it's a patented way. It's like super secret, but they don't like use a crochet hook and like pull out the little ends to knot it all up. They do some kind of twisting situation. I don't know how they do it, but it is definitely a different way to manufacture. And so considering the dread itself is like twisted, when it's up on your head, it's just hair that's twisted versus a bunch of little tiny ends poking at your scalp. So because of that, these ones are not itchy whatsoever. Like, the only times I've had an itchy phase is really just when my own scalp isn't as clean as it needs to be. Like, realistically, that's the only problem. It's self-inflicted. The actual dreads are not itchy whatsoever. And I was really, really worried about this before buying any dreads. I didn't want to get wool because I heard that wool dreads are like the itchiest. And then real normal human hair just kind of freaked me out. Like, I felt like if I was going to do normal hair, real human hair extensions, I was just going to dread my own natural hair. And so this was a nice medium of the synthetic hair, so it's like Barbie hair. And then the way that it's manufactured is just so genius that it's not itchy whatsoever. Like, I cannot stress that enough on how insane that is. Because everyone else that I've talked to who has random kinds off of Amazon or, you know, like some places off of Etsy even, like, a lot of these dreads are super, super itchy out there, and I just don't have that problem. So the next thing I want to talk about when it comes to this Dreadfull Hippie review is the customer service. Back when I ordered, there was like not very much communication. I reached out to them via email asking about colors because I was super like indecisive and I didn't know what colors were gonna match and go together, and I didn't know what I was doing, honestly. And there wasn't much information on the internet. And so I just kind of winged it. I didn't hear back from them, and I just placed the order anyways. I have heard, rumor on the street is that it's still a little hard to hear back from them via email. So my suggestion would just be to reach out on some kind of social media because they hang out there. Other than that, I haven't tried to really like ask them questions, or like, I obviously didn't try to return this. Like, there was no reason for me to communicate with the business that much. They were so busy and so backed up. There wasn't anyone to be able to handle the customer support. And so now, here we are, present day. I think that they've fixed that problem. I think it's a lot easier to communicate with them because they've grown their team. But also they've got a lot more education online, and then obviously my stuff is online too. That was the only thing that was like a little bit rough, but I really think that they made up for it in the shipment and the other sections where it's like literally what I got was so amazing that it just blew it out of the water. Like, the customer service was so awesome with what I actually got at my house. So no, I couldn't talk to them very much before I placed the order, but once I got my box, everything kind of came together, and it's like, oh, I still feel very taken care of and very special. And so I want to talk about that really quick. When it comes to the customer service, I really think that they made up for everything because in my order, I put a note in there saying that I was trying to celebrate my 4-year sobriety and I got my dreads for that reason and like all this stuff. And then I didn't really hear anything back because they were so swamped and everything. But then when I actually got my box, like they had a couple extra bonus gifts to say sorry for the wait. And then they also had like a little handwritten note that said like, congratulations about my sobriety. And like they actually took the time to like care about me. It felt so cool. So I kind of already talked about some of the shipping stuff in the customer service section, but I just want to touch on a couple other points. I was really, at the time, I was really disappointed in the shipping on how long it took. Like it did take 6 weeks to get my dreads. And now in hindsight, I do realize why that is, and it still is quite the wait for Dreadfull Hippie dreads, but now it's more like this is a luxury product that is made custom by hand for you. So once you place your order, that's when they start making your order. It's not like they've got a whole, you know, everything made and they just go throw it in a box really quick. Like everything is made specifically for you to fulfill your order. So knowing that now, if I were to order again, which I don't need to because the dreads are amazing, so unless I wanted other colors, like if I were to order again, it would be more like I expect it to take a long time because of the quality that I get. So it's not that big of a deal to me. Now I want to talk about the packaging. Just really quick, I want to touch on it. The packaging is awesome. It's super, super personalized and so cute. If you get more than 9 packs, then, or 9 or more, then you get this awesome box that's like magnetic and like, it's just like this heavy duty box and it comes with your name and it's so cute and personalized. But this is where I was a little bitter about this when I first opened this. I made a mistake and I put in Denton's name under the billing. And so they sent it with Denton's name, which is hilarious. But if it has your name, like that's so cute and personalized and it makes you feel really good. But so you've got this, you open it up and then it's got like, it's got cute tissue paper. I still have everything in here that it came with. Like I've got my extra dreads. This is what I'm talking about. They gave me gifts to apologize for the wait basically. And then she threw in like a sticker and this pin. I still haven't used it, obviously, but it's like a really cute idea. Like the whole thing is just super, super cute. And then on here, they've got like a little note. So it's just so cute. And then inside the box, it says Dreadfull Hippie. Like it's a really, the packaging is amazing. Kind of like how, I don't know if you guys know Crumble Cookie. If you're in the States, if you know Crumble Cookie, their whole thing that like set them apart was their pink box. Like their packaging is what set them apart, I feel like, as a company. And Dreadfull Hippie really understands how important packaging is. And they make it so personalized by putting your name on it. So it's like, it's not only just a really amazing package that you get with amazing quality dreads, but it's also like for you specifically, and it's like so cute and it makes you feel good. And so I just really, really like the packaging. The presentation was definitely a 10 out of 10. So now I want to just talk about the fact that we're a year later. What are my thoughts? I'm so glad that back when I was in my research phase that I just dove right into the deep end with buying this really pricey set of dreads, because over this last year, like me putting out videos, I've heard from a lot of you guys, and a lot of you who have bought from Amazon or some different shops on Etsy, like you've had to bounce from cheap set to cheap set to cheap set, just one after another, trying to find ones that you like. I am so fortunate that I just went all in and I bought ones that now I love. Like I went all in. I spent probably 3 times as much as most people spend on their dreads, but I didn't have to buy 3 different sets to find ones that I liked. I bought one set. I absolutely love it. I didn't have to go through all of that pain of finding really, really crappy sets that then are super itchy or they're super heavy or they're really damaging. Like literally I just jumped in the deep end. I just went for it, put the investment out there, and then it's been nothing but good coming back. Like literally the quality is so amazing. I haven't had to do all of these other random sets that are just really, really shitty. Another thing, these are so comfortable that I forget that I'm wearing them, and some people will come up and ask me a question and they'll say like, oh, how long did that take? And I have no idea what they're talking about at first, and then it like clicks that like, oh, they're talking about the dreads. Like these dreads are so comfortable that I don't want to take them out. Like when I take them out for move ups, like I have them out for 1 or 2 days. Like I want to put them back in immediately. They're that comfortable. They've become so comfortable that it's now more weird when I have them out. Like my natural hair feels really weird. It feels like some part of me is missing. These dreads have become part of me, and they've definitely like enhanced my character. I know that sounds super weird, but overall, over this last year, my confidence has done nothing but improve, like a millionfold. Like I am not the same person that I was a year ago because of the dreads. And I know that doesn't sound real, but I can't express to you how real that is. I am literally a different person for the better because of these dreads. I now have so much more confidence, and I'm doing more things that I never thought I would do. I feel like a badass every single day, and I feel confident and beautiful every single day. Like it is crazy what these dreads have done for me. Overall, I give these dreads like a 9.8 out of 10, I would say. Just because the shipping time and the customer service was a little bit below par when I purchased. But literally, like if you're talking about my feelings about the actual dreads themselves and would I buy these again? Yes. I love these dreads so much. I can't even explain it. It's like, let me shout it from the rooftops. Like I make videos about these dreads because I love them so much. And because I want other people to benefit like I've benefited from them, like with my confidence. Like if you are feeling not confident because of your hair or because of anything, but specifically because of your hair, these dreads will change your life. And I'm not exaggerating. They changed my life, and I am just trying to share that with you. Like I am so excited about this. It's crazy. So like I said before, I do have a link for these. If you want to grab them or check them out, click the link. It'll help me out a little bit. I do get a small commission, just to put that out there, full transparency. I'm not trying to sell you on these. I'm just trying to educate the population because so many people ask about Dreadfull Hippie and if I would actually do this again, considering the price. And yes, every single time I would do it again. I love them so much. They're great people. Also, like if you want to talk about like an ethical company, instead of buying dreads from China, like from Amazon that are manufactured at some warehouse in China, like these are locally made in the US. I don't know if that's important to you. I do want to just say these dreads aren't for everyone. They are really pricey. So if you don't have, you know, I don't want to encourage you to like overstretch yourself, definitely. But also know that they do have the payment plan option. You could do partials first. Like you can, if this is something that's important to you, there is a way to make it happen. Like for me, I just asked for my birthday and for Christmas and my sobriety birthday that anyone who is going to get me a gift, just kind of pool the money and we'll get the dreads. And so you can be creative, you can be resourceful to find a way to afford these dreads. But I promise you, if you really do the breakdown of how much they cost versus the payout, like it's really not that much money. Like you saw, me wearing these for a year made it to where these were only $2 a day. So if I wear them for another year, that's $1 a day. You know what I mean? Like it's really not that much money if you're looking for the long run, because doing stuff like this, these kind of extensions are gonna cost you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Like literally, this is actually a cheaper way to do it without having to get cheap dreads. You get what you pay for. So if you're buying a pair of dreads that are at $100, they're probably going to be super itchy. They might be really, really bad material. Like you get what you pay for when it comes to the dreads, and these are definitely worth it, but they're not for everyone. So I'm not trying to convince you and sway you in one way or the other. I'm just telling you from my own perspective, this is my personal opinion and my experience. I personally would do it again and again and again because it is nothing but good on my side. So if you like these dreads, check out that link below and let me know if you've got questions. Comment in the comment section any questions that you've got. Like, these are just so beautiful, you guys. Like, I'm sorry, but I just feel so beautiful. I don't know, you know what I mean? I think that's it for this review. I just think that these are absolutely amazing, and I wanted to dedicate an actual full video just to the Dreadfull Hippie dreads because they deserve it. You know, they've put in the work over the last year, these dreads, and I still love them so much. The quality is still so amazing. Like, the price point is pricey, but it's definitely worth it. Like, you get what you pay for, and you definitely feel really taken care of going through Dreadfull Hippie. Also, another thing, I don't know if this is publicly advertised, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I will say, once you buy from Dreadfull Hippie, you are actually added into their community, so you can talk with other people who have purchased from them. You can get inspo ideas for different colors, you can get different hairstyle ideas, you can see people's pictures on like what they look like with their dreads. So while you're waiting, you're actually being a part of this dreadlock community that you can still like keep the engagement going and the excitement, and people amp you up. And once you actually get your dreads and you install them, then you can show them off to people, and it just like this cycle just repeats. Like, it is so awesome going through Dreadfull Hippie. Also, this video is not sponsored by them. This is just my genuine thoughts and feelings. So I hope that this helps you if you're on the fence about Dreadfull Hippie dreads or dreads in general. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty of dread content, but also kind of lifestyle and positivity content as well. Things that I like to do. I also go live a lot because I like to just hang out. So subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you never miss a video, and then like the video, do all the things, and I will talk to you later. Bye!